Hello, everyone. This is Aman. Really nice to meet you. First and foremost, I would say give it up for yourself for making towards the end of the day. It's been a long day. So please put your hand together for your own self. Now, I don't know why you are here. Either you like gambling, you want to know about casino tricks, or you like AI, I think like most of us, or something else. But I want to make sure that we share with you something fun. So we're going to attempt a live demo of the product, which is often scary, but let's see how that goes. As a way of quick introduction, my name is Aman. I'm co-founder CEO of FurtherAI. We are an AI company building AI for insurance. We work with some of the leading carriers, MGAs, and so on. Today we'll be talking about what are the different ways in which generative AI is being used for fraud in claims, and show you an example about how to deal with it. Some of you might have seen we have just announced one of the biggest Series A in insurance AI. So that happened last week, and that we're going to be leveraging to build the best product for insurance. When I was preparing for this, I was thinking about different ways in which you could trick the casinos. We are right here. If you want to play blackjack, we all know about counting, but casinos have actually stayed ahead of a lot of fraud in many ways. The chips. My first thought was, can I take my own chips and cash them out? Looks like I can't do that because every chip is RFID enabled. The cards that are used are also enabled for no tampering, and there is the cameras. So you're walking around the entire casino. There are cameras, but they have a lot of AI in it. That is, they call it angel eye. That is sort of looking at if you're like collaborating together while you're playing, and so on and so forth. There's a lot that happens in the casinos that we are all walking through since the last 2 days. But what's interesting is with generative AI, we are seeing similar risk on the claims desk as well. If you just go to ChatGPT or Gemini and ask it to generate an image of a flooded basement, it wouldn't be hard. It would give you an image like on the left that is there. You can even use it to generate a fake receipt of restoration, and will give you a very real looking receipt. And this is just gonna get worse going forward as more and more people use AI for this. There's a lot of automatic claim education that happens, let's say under $200, but it's gonna be crazy because now a lot of these receipts will start to look very, very real. And if we talk about that, like it's gonna get really, really bad. Like if you think about McKinsey and what they are predicting, they're saying that the number of, I want to get the numbers right. So there's going to be 300% year-over increase in claims due to edited or fake images in UK, and that's going to be massive number, like about 300 to 400 billion dollars. Right now, we're in the infancy of AI, where we are using it for operational efficiencies and so on. This is just going to get crazier. We wanted to share with you what could be the solution to it. Seems like to fight an AI, you have to have an AI, and so on and so forth. So I wanted to share a quick demo of how that may look like, so that just like Vegas, you can have your own edge. Let me bring up Logan here to do a demo.
Yeah. So this is our platform here, but I'm going to start and show you a quick claim that's coming in that evidently was generated fully by AI. So Aman kind of already showed you guys the image that was generated, as well as just using ChatGPT for creating that fraudulent documentation. But do know that what we're doing here is trying to validate it. So first, claim comes in, you can see the claim form here. So I'll show kind of an email first of how it came in. So dear claims team, blah, 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 there was a flood. We'll see if this is a real flood or not, but there's some damage assets. Again, this was generated by AI, but you can see also here an invoice that we literally did this in about 15 seconds with ChatGPT. So kind of showing a little bit how easy it is. But what's happening right now is we're getting a phone call to verify. So you want me to pick up? Yeah. Let's see if this works. Hello?
Department. Am I speaking with someone from Lakeview Restoration Services?
Yes.
Thank you. We're verifying a claim submitted by John Parker regarding repairs performed at 124 Maple Drive, Austin, Texas 78704. Can you confirm that your company performed repair work at this property address?
I have no idea what you're talking about. No.
Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate your time and cooperation. Have a great day. Goodbye.
So, point of that phone call was, one, leveraging, okay, let's make sure that this claim is actually real. But two, having it give a call to the contractor, whoever might have performed the claim allegedly, will show, one, and leverage AI to validate that, hey, I had no idea what they were talking about. But you can see here kind of a little bit more on the workflow, the various different steps that we took. And we can also even get a transcript of what was said on the call to me, or in practicality, actually, the contractor associated with this. Besides doing this step, we'll do a couple other things like search on the web if there's any relevant information. And because obviously this didn't actually happen, it says there's a web search found and no public documentation associated with it. So then here we can kind of see the verdict, what we found, and an analysis of anything else associated with it. So just kind of a way that we can leverage AI for validating if these claims actually happen, and also know that a lot of these bits and pieces are very customizable for different aspects as well. It doesn't just have to be property claims or anything of that nature. We've helped this across the board.
So this was an interesting example because previously it would not have been possible to make phone calls to every contractor for every receipt that you have received. You would trust that the receipt is real and people are not acting in bad faith. But now you can have an AI give a phone call and validate, and if it can confirm that there is insufficient documentation and missing contractor license info, and similarly, the contractor has denied that they have worked on this claim. So these are now the use cases that are opening up that can ensure that the insurance teams and claims team can stay ahead of all of the fraud. This is just one example. I was talking this to one of my friends who is a head of claims, and he said that, Aman, why do you have give a phone call? I can have like 4 contractors that are my contractors work on this. It's like, that's a fair solution. That's much better than AI giving phone call. But this is just an example of how it could be leveraged, and you can have an AI run the entire workflow, validate the data from not just the document submitted, it can validate from web, whether that's like the flood happened or not happened, and then move from data extraction, data enrichment to actually making people validate things. So AI is moving from verification to action. That was the entire point I was trying to make, that instead of catching lies, you're moving towards proving truth. And that is going to enable insurers to stay ahead of all of the fraudulent claims that are coming in. You're seeing AIs like this, AI workflows like these getting adopted across the value chain. We just spoke about claims, but we have seen adoption across submissions, compliance, policies, and so on and so forth, from ingesting submissions to validating if the audits were done correctly, to policy servicing, and so on. And if things go well, we hopefully, just like casinos have an edge, Agentic AI can provide edge to carriers as well in detecting and not losing those $400 billion of money that is at stake here. I can open up for questions if you have thoughts and questions.
That your analysis in the demo section told you like what percentage likelihood it was that something could be fraudulent.
Yeah.
Once we get that, how do you envision customers like taking next steps off that? So if someone receives like, oh, there's a 47% chance that this is false or a 62% chance this is false, you can't just outright reject your
absolutely
file holder. So how do you help them through the next steps?
Yeah, so this is one workflow where the next step could be this data goes into the claims center or any other claims management tool that you're using, and then a human takes over. This is more of a first level of defense where, let's say if at a casino somebody flags that, okay, these guys are counting, a human comes in and start looking at, I think it's really counting, and so on. So that second level of validation should come in. I really feel that human AI collaboration is the way forward. The AI workflows are an assistant to the human judgment, an amplifier to it. and then removing that altogether, especially in things which are as important as educating a claim and also require certifications and things like that. So after this, a human takes over.
Yeah.
AI could do that grunt work of validating and so on and pass it on to human. That's where it's interesting, because instead of humans assigning a task to AI, there's like now a back and forth where AI is now assigning tasks to human, where I don't know what to do. Can you help me out as well? All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a fun evening. Bye-bye.